Yeah, it was built in 1937. Like I was saying, the third floor was a federal prison for about 3 years, but it closed because of overcrowdedness. They had men, women, and juveniles up there. We have the original plans up on a big board right outside the courtroom, so you can refer to that too, to get your bearings on different things. And Vicki worked as a jailer at the county jail down here, so she knows that jail backwards and forwards. And then she became the director of the jail system over here, the detention center, before she retired last year.
Now this closed 2004, 2008?
The jail portion closed in 1996.
96.
Because of the riot.
Yeah, we had already built the new one over there and preparing to move in about a month. And we had a big riot down in cell block 5, so we just loaded them all up that night and hauled them over there and just never came back, you know.
Wow.
The courthouse itself closed in 2008 when they moved over to Motel Boulevard. They built a new annex.
Is that what the second floor was? Or like you were saying the second floor is most active, the third floor is the jail part?
Was the old federal prison.
In 1937.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's no longer, you guys used it for
We used it for our juvenile facility.
juvenile facilities.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, she has a ton of history. We've had a lot of different folks come in that were workers here, whether it be in this office here or different offices or in the courtroom, and they told us a ton of stories, things that's happened to them even after the building closed. They used it as a voter registration down in cell block 4, down in the back, and they had some spooky experiences there with shelving and file cabinets moving and things like that, the women there. These guys come in and say, well, hey, we've done some investigations from the previous owner allowed us in. Would you like to see what we did? And I had really second thoughts about even seeing that, because I don't talk to them, and I've been talked to, and they called out my name here, and a little girl up on the second floors asked if I could see her. I couldn't, but I don't talk to them. They do. It just, I got followed yesterday, about a week ago, down the hallway, middle of the day, trying to open the door here for some stuff, and somebody's trying to match my footsteps, but they were off a half step, and did it twice because I stopped to look around and got to the door. And of course, this has happened more than once, where they just step right up in your personal space where your hair stands on end and you get the chills. So I just told them to, back off, and they did. Nothing demonic that we can see except the shadow guys. That's why Ghost Adventures was here upstairs. Somebody got scratched, but it's because of what they were saying.
Yeah.
And that's never happened, so we know. Now, it's the other shadow guy gets in your personal space, and I called him the pipe man, or they jokingly called him the pipe man, because I thought the video that they showed me where this looks to be somebody there and then they move, I thought that was shadows and it was a pipe on the wall in the jail. Until I saw that guy for myself in the middle of the day going back to close the door. I just happened to look through the jail area and there's a guy standing there, and I just assumed, I passed him and there's a guy standing there with his legs just like you, standing just like that, taller than me, about your height and slim build. And I did a double take and looked back, and he's still standing there, and then he sidesteps into one of the jails, and I knew it was a jail, so I said, I got him. And I thought, you never think paranormal. I thought, a homeless guy. But I thought about it later, he waited for me to see him. He waited for me to stop and look around. And they always do that when you're by yourself. Yeah. So I go running down there, a big military flashlight, and turned the corner into the jail, and it's like I ran through a refrigerator. My hair stood up on end. I got the goosebumps, and of course nobody there, so I just turned around and walked out. But yeah, he got me that time for sure.
But there is a shadow man in the jail.
Yeah.
There's female in there. Maybe a couple of more males. I did capture the voice of a little child back there asking, can anybody see me? So anyways, it's an active building, it really is. We've captured doors opening and closing on cue and by surprise, loud bangs and knocks,
Furniture moving.
Furniture moving.
In front of people this time. We had a zombie fest we do here every year. We had just investigators there to tell them about the activity in that particular floor. And group came in and the chairs will point out in the courtroom, 4 of them, they're all attached together, but they're not bolted to the floor, swung out in front of them, spooked everybody, so they all ran downstairs, which spooked everybody else behind them.
It was mayhem.
There's a very interesting area in the back of the jail. We'll definitely point it out. It's in the farthest corner that you can get to. It's one way in, one way out.
Great.
Well, it's a lady came, we're doing a tour. A lady comes and says, hey, do you know there's blood back there in the jail? And I said, no, ma'am, there's not. We've done dozens of tours. She goes, no, I'm a nurse, I know blood. When I see it, I'll show it to you. So she took us back, showed it, and at the time it was very red. It was glistening, it almost looked wet. And since so many people have walked over, because we've never marked it off, but it's still there. And so one of our friends knew the forensic guy for Las Cruces PD, and he came, we invited him to come out. Well, he came over one day, he was in full uniform, goes back there, and he said, no, that's blood, it's old blood, but it's blood. And he goes, and there's some fingerprints on the wall in 2 areas and on the door. He said, but did you notice that? And it was, it's about this tall, it's long, it's a little barefoot footprint. See the toes, you see the heel, it's a footprint. And he said, that's from an adolescent 7 to 9-year-old girl.
Oh, wow.
This is where she, right in front of that is where she she puts her voice recorders everywhere and picked up really faint in the background little girl saying, what would she say?
Can anybody see me?
Anybody see me? Nothing violent, nothing.
There's nothing malicious.
Yeah.
Negative.
Negative. The shadow guy back there may get in your personal space a little bit, make you feel uncomfortable, but he's never harmed anybody.
She came in
People
with full
have been
uniform and he quit
touched.
talking to her.
Yeah, he quit talking to me because I came in uniform all the time. So it's a really, really interesting place, and when we walk through, we'll kind of show you some of those areas. Let me turn on some lights so y'all can kind of see where we're at.
This is cell block 1. Cell block 2 is fully complete. There's a reason they tore these bars out. DEA cut a deal after the place had closed with the city, a secret deal nobody knew about, to make this the United States' largest drug repository for drugs awaiting trial. And it was here for about 3 years until they up and left and now it's somewhere else. But the only reason we know is the architect was a good friend of ours and one of the investors here. They called him in and say, hey, look, you need to cut out all these bars here. Will it destroy the integrity of the roof? This is all poured concrete. It's probably about 8,000 PSI. He said, no, you can cut them all out, it won't do anything. So you'll see cell block 4, 5, 6 have all their bars removed, and that's where they stuffed all the stuff, and then part of this was here. Wow. Steve came back in here because they wanted him to make double sure there was no falling ceilings. What was that?
Is that you?
How's that?
That is not me.
Yeah.
What the hell? Is that the wind?
It wasn't doing that a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay, that's these lights.
Oh, it's the lights trying to come on?
Yeah. Okay.
That's a light trying to come on?
Wow.
With that here, I'll go to the other side. Here, I want to show you something real quick. This is the door they closed on the Ghost Adventures. The reason they came in here because they closed on the other guys. It's changed really.
By itself.
Last crew, we had 2 people, him and another person were talking about 2 in the morning, and they had another guy filming us about where you're at, facing them. None of them heard that thing that closed halfway and opened back up. Huh. They didn't even catch it until they were reviewing the film, so they shut us. That's one of the reasons they came down here. Well, I noticed from what Steve was telling me, the architect, I wasn't here when Zach and they came here, but they had a big heavy-set guy as a film guy. They'd come in, doing the same, they would recreate kind of the thing, Steve was on the outside here with somebody else, and the film guy is in the same position. He's about to start. He goes, "My damn battery's dead." He says, "I just charged this thing." So they said, "Well, stick another one in." He goes, "It's in the truck." 1 minute. So he tries to go out, and the door had closed like this. Nobody saw it, and they didn't have the film camera on to show it. But Steve was saying, "David, they all walked through there, but he tried to go back. It was closed, and all the people, none of them saw it." So.
So this is so much, it's active day room.
It's like a maze. I don't want to get lost.
It's where I captured the shot and standing there. This is where it hangs out. This square area. So he was all the way.
I was sworn I just heard you.
This is the most active area in the entire building. Let's say we're running on that wall up here. I believe this to be shadow in the cell. There's these areas here. This is where it can out.
This is the most active. Here, the men, the women, the little girl, the shadow guy hangs out here at the store. The guy was running anywhere. Still over here, his girlfriend. On one of the investigation things we saw through the camera. His camera bumps and he starts yelling while the door's trying to close on him. It's kind of freaked him out.
I would too. Do shortcut.
That's my truck right there. But see this thing?
All the way
All the way,
around.
it's on the walls.
It's on the door right here behind you.
So,
The cop said that every time
That wasn't hard when the jail was here.
What is that?
oh no, yeah, that happened.
I don't know what that is. It's not blood. And then here on the door, you got your fingerprints right behind her.
Yeah.
So that's,
Nice
that's
slide by
what
you
the
there.
blood is. So if anybody can get any responses or answers as to,
I'm getting Kate
What
too.
happened
Is
there?
there a lot of electricity?
that would be very interesting and very cool. Okay.
Just here, up here.
All right, we'll come back and talk to you, okay?
So this is, again, like I said, the most active area, that square that we just made. This hallway here, but when it looks, can you turn that back on?
Yeah, I keep getting hits like right around here.
Trying to see.
Is your CCTV on? Running?
No, it's off. And it
This
never
hallway
caused me to
leads
do that.
directly to the main hallway. This is a very active and creepiest hallway. I mean, every time I go down there, the hair on the back of my neck still stands up. He's been, see, this is the hallway that David saw him standing in. He's been seen poking his head around, you know, these doors. Was that them talking?
Yeah.
I guess it was.
No, somebody sent something.
You hear that? I thought it was like you. Did anybody else up here hear the
Yeah,
like
I thought
that?
that was
that's
you.
what I.
No, that wasn't me. That's why I just turned around, looked at there, and he's like.
So that's, yeah.
Vicki, did you show him the outside?
Not yet.
Oh.
So this hallway leads straight to the main hallway. So between this hallway, the one we came down originally with the bars, and the female section, that's the most active areas in the building. However, there has been activity all over.
Right,
You
you just
know.
never know whether.
Yeah,
These jail doors all open and go through, they're double lock systems.
you can go into those
Man
cells.
traps.
This is a
If
very
it happens to
deep
lock
place.
on you guys, just,
Okay.
And it rattles through the whole floor.
Yeah.
That's jails.
I quit coming down here last summer. I heard the doors close about 4 times, thinking somebody's here. I ran by each time. I don't do that
Totally
anymore.
feel like.
They can have their way.
One of us gets lost, are we gonna have the Marco Polo system going?
No, we're all.
We're gonna do walkie-talkies.
We're all
You'll be going through that door right
Oh,
there.
that way?
This one?
Yeah, and,
That one right there.
You get lost in here.
Yeah.
So easily.
This door opened, we had a woman and her 16-year-old son in here doing an investigation one night. This was with a public investigation. She was standing right here, and he was down the hallway about where Vinny is maybe, and she didn't hear it, but the door opened some on her. When the son came up, they were talking like, and then she noticed it like, was that door open before? And they were talking about it, and it closed on them. So they took off running and screaming. I've been in here by myself. Well, once I was with my daughter and grandkids, and a loud crash occurred right here, and it sounded like the ceiling was falling down on us. And of course, looked around, nothing to fall. Never did hear or find out what it was. So loud crashes, voices right in here, female voice, male voice.
Me and Vicky were sitting in there as a man and woman started up a conversation on the other side of the glass. And I thought our next group had come in, and nobody was in the building other than us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so jail's very active.
Our team is a balance of both skeptics and believers. While our approach is scientific, some of our team are intuitive, and combined, we provide a unique perspective. We are not influenced by claims to taint our judgment and maintain objectivity throughout the process. Our investigation at the Dona County Courthouse and Jail was a little over 4 hours. While we did investigate both the second and third floor of the courthouse, our investigation concentrated on the jail. Footsteps, knocks, movement out of the corner of your eye, and many personal experiences. The feeling of being watched, being touched for some, and for 2 of our team who are sensitives, had a very intimate experience. The following footage is from a handheld camera during that portion of our investigation.
Hello, everyone.
1.8 spike, 1.9 spike.
I hope you're all happy that we're here because we're happy to come visit you. If you want to talk with us tonight, we have some equipment with us that we're going to use so that you can.
And don't be camera shy.
anyone in here? Can you maybe make a loud voice and let us know you're here?
We were sitting here waiting for you guys right now, down there and to the right, whatever's down there by the exit sign, you can hear all this, you hear water dripping, you hear about like.
I don't think we should
Shuffling.
separate. We should do a couple
Knocking
quiet
around.
sections because anything is going to echo in here and we're not going to get good audio.
Do you wanna go that way to the big room? Oh, no, not as big of a room.
Okay, you can come back.
Well, I wanna go.
You were walking with
You
us.
get shadowed by a lot. I feel
That's
like-
up this way, and where's the women's?
Recording in the jail portion.
My camera just went from 3 to 1.
Anyone down there? Can you come towards
Just
us?
heard that.
That's what I heard a ton of that down there.
Hey there.
Who's down there?
Is that something popping out on the right-hand side? It looked like a head popped out down on the right. On the right side of the exit sign.
Can you not do
Down by the exit sign.
Just very much. I call.
Come on, guys, let's go this way.
I'm hearing
Let's
it
just
down.
stay together. Let's just stay together so we don't,
There it was again.
because it's like really echoing.
Hi, who is that down there?
It's about Kevin's height. The head comes out and pops back in.
What, dude?
Jesus Christ, man.
What happened?
Like somebody walked right up on me, like stepped on my heel.
Probably did. Now, we mean you no harm or no disrespect, and we
It
like
just happened again.
to have that for us.
Head down?
Yeah.
No harm and no disrespecting us.
Seriously, bro?
Well, let's proceed.
Good job startling me, by the way. That doesn't happen very often.
All right, you saw it also, Karen?
Yes.
But there's nothing there.
Are you down here?
There's not even
There's
an
nothing
opening
there. That doesn't mean anything. Could have been here. This cell.
Oh, yeah. Stop.
Well,
Stop. Are you walking around in there? I hear you. Did you want to say hi?
Every time you're asking a question, it's knocking on the wall back here.
Now it's down there. That's water.
Hello.
That's the other way if you were, if you put through, close right behind.
1.1, 1.2 spikes, 1.3, 1.8, 2.7, 2.9, 4.0.
That's all the way it's probably pretty set on the knee.
What's with?
I think so.
Is anyone in here with us?
Anybody back here? Come on out. Talk to us.
What was that?
I didn't hear anything.
That's the cell she thinks is the,
I heard like a squeak.
that's the cell she thinks is the shadow.
What a horrible cell to be in. Like, it's so small. That's the insane room stuff they were talking about.
I think it's the third floor.
I thought she said there were meetings.
No, they're the third floor ones, the closet one.
Do you remember her mentioning solitaire at all? Isolation, anything like that?
These are probably isolation.
There's no windows, right?
Yeah. What were these cells? Can you tell us? What was that?
That's Wendy.
No, but
Someone said your name?
like,
What?
you heard it?
No. What did you just say, Karen?
I said that was Wendy.
Oh, sounded like that was my name.
No.
You guys, can I run a spirit box session? Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do quiet?
I don't know. We haven't had much going on yet.
Let me run this and see what happens.
Let's just,
Huh?
well, you want to do it in this area?
Why not?
Well, that's
It's supposed to be one of the most active ones. It's the Shadow Man hallway and the women's cell. This still has plenty of battery. Alright, this device is loud, obnoxious. If you don't like it, come on over here. You have to come to me. Okay. Alright, you know how to use these? Have you used these before? My name's Kevin. What's your name? That's radio. Come on over here. Who's the Shadow Man? Who's the one they talk about when they talk about shadows? Come on. Talk to me. Are you listening? Listen. What was that? Did you just shine a light?
That dude is here, I thought he was here.
Did anybody just shine a light though, like
No.
up the hallway?
No,
Did he?
just IR.
It was like a flashlight went boom really fast.
Look at the lights over there, I'm just saying the lights.
Is that you or Steve? Come talk to me.
Oh, so it's just Saturday, freaking me out.
I know this device is a little difficult to use. Which way should I go? To my straight
Left
forward?
touch my shoulder.
To my right? Or to my left?
Not me.
Something touched my freaking shoulder.
Yeah.
Did it say to the left? Did you hear that?
It touched me on the left shoulder or whatever.
You want me to go to my left?
Well, something touched me on the left shoulder.
What?
Matt, something just touched me on my left shoulder.
That's the same voice. Are you over here? No, I just asked. If you go left, it said left. It's got the same voice right here when you're talking. Well, where do you want me to go? Can I go forward? Right here?
I have to go back out.
All right. What?
It's like.
I can't do it there.
Why?
It makes me like extremely anxious. It's very tired.
Why are you doing that?
I can't.
Right, come on, there.
You too?
What happened?
It's just, it's still here.
Leave my friends alone. Leave my friends alone. Leave them alone.
Back the fuck off!
I talked about respect before, now be respectful.
He's leaving. He's leaving.
I'm busy, guys.
He's leaving.
Oh,
He's leaving.
leave me alone! Oh, fuck. I'm busy. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, breathe. Quit breathing
Leave
like
me
that.
alone. Get off.
He's leaving.
Hey, if you're freaking windy out, leave her alone.
All right, hold on. I'm still busy. Hold on. Leave me alone. Get away from me now. Now.
Just take a deep breath. Don't break it up.
Oh, my
What
head.
is it?
Oh,
Said take a deep breath, Wendy.
get away from me.
Look, we came here in peace. You cannot do that to any of us. We're here to talk to you. You cannot affect someone that way.
Why are you messing with Wendy?
Alright?
Want to go outside?
No, I'm fine.
Sure?
It ain't gonna scare me, no. I don't let that happen. But you just gotta
It's
stay away.
starting.
You should just stay away. And if he wants to come around, you can come around, but don't come at me like that. Do not come at me like
No,
that.
that's what he did to me, and that's why I left the room.
Did it bum rush you?
Yeah.
Kind of like what it did to
I
me in
don't
the
know.
hallway. Made me
It's like it envelops you.
I
and
just, yes, it
like,
just, and I start getting emotional, almost start crying.
like really high anxiety.
So who did you just do that to? What was her name? Alright, well you're not playing very nice, so I'm gonna turn this off. You wanna tell me anything before I turn it off? Alright.
Let's be quiet.
Let's get everything. He's in the cell. Sit quietly. Excuse me. Walking.
He's not over there.
We do a quiet session and see what we can.
He went back in there, he's back over there, I know this where he went back. He's
I don't
back
think
over
he
there.
is. I don't feel him like I felt.
I feel him sitting in there, I just know where he's at.
Right.
He's in there.
In here?
Yes. It's like he's, I don't know, but I just see him sitting, like, almost like, I don't, I can't explain it, it just, whew. It was totally freaking intense. Whew. God, I could not even, like, the whole
he's not nice, but he's a lot.
Yeah, we did feel
You were feeling
bad.
it too.
It felt emotional.
Yeah, that's why I
Really
left the
emotional.
room. I like had to run out of the room.
Like, I was almost crying. I started tearing, and then that's when it hit me. Sorry, guys, I didn't see me. Like, that was.
What was that?
Oh, that.
Yeah, it was no, it was out there.
It was out here.
No, it was
It was like back
either
up.
here, I think it was in here. I think it was in this cell.
I can't go back in there. I just think he's sitting there like, what is that? You heard that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I've been watching that
It's
all
over.
the time, that, so.
See it anything?
I can't tell, it's just my eyes.
Oh, that's the shadow.
Because the red from the exit sign is odd.
Dude,
So
that
This
was,
is not.
that was crazy, crazy.
that was it.
That's
what I
it.
heard.
I just heard that too.
That was what I heard.
Did you just
I
do
just
that?
did. That's what I heard. So somebody
yeah,
tapped on his bed.
Which cell is it you guys are thinking was, which one are you guys having issues with?
He's back there.
It's not a cell, it's the corner with the.
It's
blood
that
cell.
one.
That was.
It's actually where the bear is.
It was
Right.
crazy.
So that's the corner with the big blood stain on the floor, right around the corner there. So
Now, you can't mess with Wendy like that,
Can't mess with any of us like that.
right?
I told him he's back there.
No, he's coming back.
Is
I'm
he?
not saying that. I don't like that guy.
He's not here now. He went somewhere else. I don't feel him like here. He's
It's
not.
like he was in the hallway. He is a very intense
You know, I haven't had that in a long time.
individual.
I have not had that in a long
Me
time.
neither, not like that.
Are we leaving?
only if you're nice. We're gonna go upstairs, aren't we?
We're just gonna.
How do we get upstairs?
Go let the girls get some air outside.
All right, so Wendy and I just experienced
This is
something
Karen.
really intense. I've never felt energy like that in a place, and it was a little scary, and I didn't want to go towards it, but I thought I'd be brave with Wendy and Kevin and go towards it. And it was a bad idea, because that person, while not negative, very, very, very intense. It's like they are hovering over you and overpowering your every emotion. I'm still kind of rattled from it, to be honest. We had to come outside and take a break. But before I came here today, I meditated, and I like to kind of see what I'm getting myself into. And I saw three men in their faces, a woman and a child. And we learned today that when we got here, the blood of a child is on the floor in the room we were in. And they know that because they brought a forensic person in here, and he said it was the footprint of a child and whatnot. I don't know, I don't think it was the child that did this. I don't know. I felt like it was a man. And in my meditation, I was meditating, it was coming across in black and white, but there was a room, and it had a white floor, and there was a yellow circle, and it almost looked like vomit or like infection. I know that sounds disgusting, but that was the impression I got from it. So we're just mentioning it just because that's what came up in my meditation today, and now things kind of are matching up, so.
So what actually happened while you were in that jail area?
We were doing a spirit box session, and I could feel that man standing there staring at us. I know he was watching us and waiting for an opportunity almost to attack. Not
But
attack,
when you say
but-
it, right, when you say attack, just because he can sense that you may understand him and he's trying to
Yes,
convey
he's-
his thoughts?
He knows people who can feel him, and that's the people he approaches the most.
And what, as far as his, let's say, demeanor or his attitude toward you, it wasn't anything aggressive to you, but
No, it wasn't
he was in a
aggressive.
bad way because of,
He overtakes you. It's like, it's not that you're not in control of yourself anymore, but you're not, there's so much energy you can't even control your own emotions and thoughts. It's just like you have to run away from it. It's like if you see a lion, you're gonna leave because it's gonna eat you. And that's kind of how you feel. Like he was just like internalizing everything. It wasn't negative, it was just
Yeah,
different.
it was
I don't know.
like when I went around the corner with Kevin, I was going around the corner and I could feel him back there. And then so Kevin was talking and then it was weird. It was just like, first I started getting emotional, like sad, and I started tearing up and I was telling Kevin, I'm about to cry. And then when I said that, it was like a force of I can't explain it. I guess you have to experience.
It's like,
but it's a force,
yeah.
and it just smothers. Like she said, it smothers you. It just comes
overtakes
over you, and you're like, you can feel it. It's intense. It's so intense. But it wasn't, like she said, negative. I think he was like trying to get comfort, maybe. And he was trying to come to us as like, listen to me type thing, but his emotions and his sadness was affecting me because I could feel that he was like trying to reach out and like, here, talk to me or whatever, but he was being a little more pushy than he should have.
Now, when this happened, was there...
That's a good word for it. It's like, just like someone who won't stop. They just keep going and going, and they're irritating you and they know it, but they're trying so hard to communicate with you that they don't have any boundaries.
Now, in the attempt to communicate with you, did you have any imagery?
I just could feel him standing there, and then I could totally feel when he approached me. And he's always back here. He's always back here, like around.
It's like he's like this over top of you.
It's like putting a trash bag over you.
There you go.
And you're suffocating. You're cut.
Yeah. And then when he got out, it's like I could feel him. He was not going to let me go. He was like, "No, you're gonna listen. Like listen, And that the sadness was still there. That's what was
bothering me. I feel like he thinks it's his only chance.
Yeah, it was something.
Like he has to get it across to someone. We just have to figure exactly what his message is that he needs to tell.
Now, your co-investigators started to, yell at him, ask him to respect you and stop. Did he seem to pull up at that point?
I could feel him coming off of Wendy. I could literally feel him he didn't wanna.
Yeah.
He did not wanna, but he finally did, and then he left, and we walked down that other hallway, and there he was, right back again, and that's when you guys separated and got in between us, and we told him again that we're willing to talk to him, but he cannot touch us and enter us in any way.
All right, let's give it another try.
Yeah.
Back to the jail.
So I did some announcing in here about, you guys you're here to talk to them, you're here to visit with them, but if they mess with you and they break to do those things, if they won't leave you alone, then they're gonna leave and not gonna talk to you. So if you want them in here to visit, talk with you,
We're
you have to
gonna
leave them
play
alone.
some ground rules real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming back, sir. You are not allowed to touch or surround either one of us. We want to talk to you. We want to hear your story. We want to hear what you have to say and tell us. The more you tell us, the better we can tell your story. Those are the rules, and you must abide by them. Otherwise, you're not going to get to say what you want to say.
You are not to come and get on top of me like you did earlier. You are not allowed to do that. If you even try to do that, I will leave. We will all leave, and you can just sit back there and not be able to talk and tell us your story. Period.
This may be the only time you can tell your story. So I suggest you take advantage of it and you abide by the rules that were just set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, this is our entrance.
I was catching on here, I've got to go back and look because I'm sure it's happening. A black figure blocking out the edge of this door because you can see like the white reflection against the wall. They would like block it out and then go away and then come back. It's this hallway. It's the shadow figure hallway.
Yeah, that's where he is down there.
Yep.
That's where our episode was.
Is that where we're gonna go?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, remember our rules, please. Is it colder in here or is it me?
It's pretty chilly right here.
Yeah, it is. And this is where I get high EM spikes. Probably electric, 57.4. It's been pretty much that back here, but that area must be the electric there.
Are you in here? Make a noise for us.
Okay, sir, remember the rules.
You have your recorder, Bill?
Yeah.
You're to keep your distance and we'll talk to you. We have other ways to communicate with you.
Also, sir,
Oh, right here.
the only way that we can really hear you is I have a device over here, it's sitting on the cell door, it has a red light. It's called a recorder if you're not familiar with it.
This is your cell?
That's the one I got the tap in earlier.
Can you light that up if that's your cell? Is that the one?
So we can have a conversation and you can talk to us through this and we can play it back and hear you. So if you want to tell me your story, so that we can tell others your story, tell us your name.
Everybody's cell phones off? Yep.
Mine's not.
Mine is.
Are you coming over to my brother here and lighting those lights up? Doing better? Whoa.
She's live streaming.
Oh, she's live streaming.
Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us why you do that to people? Why you kind of overcrowd them?
Could you tell me why you came on me and came up into my space like you did? Were you trying to talk to us but didn't know how to do it?
Were you accused of something that you didn't do?
Was it because you were misrepresented? Did the attorney that defended you not do the proper job? Speak now, this is your time.
I don't think he's here right now.
Hello? Can you come back in here?
Unless he's just like toned down his energy, like to non-existent. Is he?
He's in here?
He's over there. Okay, if you guys go with me, I'll go.
Listen, do not come at me like you did earlier.
Please respect them.
Respect me, please.
He's in that cell.
We just need to know. It's your turn to tell us. Did this happen? This blood? Were you a witness to that? Were you involved with this at all? Were you blamed for this? This is what we're here to listen. But be respectful.
We want to know your story.
Now, if you don't want me to come close, I'll step away.
This is the blood that they found.
And there's like a little baby's footprint right.
There's blood on the ground, if I can get it without. Right there.
Are you stuck here? Or do you not want to leave? Are you punishing yourself?
We want to know what you have to say. If you can tell me your first name and your last name, we can look things up and maybe get the word out of what you're trying to convey.
If you're in there, can you make a noise? Hi, Sarah.
I think he's almost like hiding from us now because I think we upset him, but he accidentally can't do that.
Is that open?
I think so.
Oh,
Are you upset that this is locked? We don't have a key.
so my,
Oh, there's blood on this door.
my phone has got nothing since we've been in it. We just lost signal.
Take some pictures in
Derek,
here.
where you at? Okay. We weren't being mean to you before when we were yelling at you. We were just trying to make you understand and realize what you were doing was not right. You cannot do that to these girls. Approach them like that. And we understand, they explained to me your plight, what you're feeling. But help us by communicating, by speaking. All these devices, these things that we have are not going to hurt you. We may not be able to hear you now, but we can hear you later, and what you tell us, we could tell somebody on your behalf. Are you in the big room?
Is there a little girl in here who has something to say?
There's a light here, honey, and when Karen sings a song, and you know the word after she stops singing, just do that, just touch that, and it'll light up, and let us know that you're here.
It's hard to do when you're busy.
And you can come over to me and Karen, we won't hurt you, honey.
What did it say?
Alice.
Is it Alice?
Alice and Vapor. First word said was Alice. Is that the little girl that's been here, Alice? Is that your little footprint and blood in the back, Alice?
Can you come over here and touch the light?
That's weird.
There.
What?
If they're vaping,
It won't hurt you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Do you know the man that's here?
You sense anything?
I feel like over there, girl, it's just,
Like, I kind of sense like he's around.
I don't feel him.
I feel him, I think.
Benny,
Yeah.
can we put that in the
Sure, go ahead.
corner over there by the blood? Is
Yeah, go ahead.
that all right?
Yeah, if you pick it up, it's gonna do a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna cost.
So once you put it down, let it settle.
Is that you going over here?
And, next to there.
Can somebody come over and touch this green light on the ground? This is a way to communicate with us, even if there's a guy that, whoever is back here, or a little girl, we don't know.
The device on the floor in here, it's over by this blood stain. Tell us more about anything you want to tell us about. Use that device to tell us. Talk to us on the device. What happened to all the energy in here?
Somebody could just touch my hair. Like the back of my neck and my hair.
Ryan, is that you? Oh, you got to figure that out. You just have to go up and over.
What's down there?
Down where? That's where we come in.
There's like tapping. I don't know if it's water or.
This is the main hallway. here.
We haven't been over there yet. You wanna go over there?
Yeah.
Is what the answer?
This is the main hallway, right?
That's where you saw,
Right.
yeah, that's where you saw the.
So somewhere there's those cells that you can open and close. Is it this hallway?
I think there's back here, there might be somewhere. Yeah, there's a mechanism over down there.
Oh no, this is
I just literally saw something just go. That was.
Well, this is the area
where the door closes.
where the door
like
closes.
waving.
Who was,
Guys?
who was that?
Was it them?
Yeah.
It's
say something?
Well, he was moving, but
I was moving, but I've been moving this whole time and it hasn't said a word.
what did it say then?
It said area swim.
Maybe it's more about uncomfortable
Okay.
smell. But I think that's what you saw, that's why I felt uncomfortable when I was coming around that. That's maybe
Is there anyone back here that wants to share their name or their story? I can't imagine what it must have been like to be in here and to have to stay in here and not going outside or seeing your family very often.
Let's go right here for a minute. Make one
Like that?
of- What's in there?
I just heard. Did
On
you-
our right, you heard
I heard but lighter than that. Did you heard it?
I didn't hear it, but I'm recording, so hopefully that heard it. Did you say hi? I understand that door can close there. I'd like to see it close. We'll come in the other room, we'll come back. You can close that for us, even a little bit.
So all of these people had to share one dumbass toilet.
Well, probably just for at night. I'm sure everybody's not going at the same time.
This is where you play games, so at least got to have some fun times. Did you meet anyone cool while you were here? Do you have a message you want to send?
If I take something out, would you want to play with it?
We can play checkers.
There we go. All you gotta do is just move that. I'll step away a little bit. Play with my ball. You can play with my ball. Come on, look at that. It's fun. Nobody brought anything like this for you to play with. Come on.
I'll give you a cigarette if
So
you
I
move
want-
that.
I walked by a cell and I got large Robert.
Got large what?
Large Robert. Maybe you call him Fat Bob.
Do you want a cigarette? I'll give you a cigarette if you roll that ball.
Just a little bit. You don't have to do a lot. If you can move that door, you can move the ball.
Just doesn't want to be just doesn't want to be very interesting.
It seems like quite quiet now.
Yeah, it does.
I wonder what time lights out was.
What? Yeah.
Door's closed.
Hey, ladies.
All right, so you guys got done investigating the Donna Anna jail complex tonight. So what did you find? What do you think? Would you come back?
I definitely want to come back. I feel like this is one of those places where the spirits need to get to know you a little better before they start interacting, but we got interaction. With the people that they know, they seem to be a little more interactive when you're walking around with them, and they like to try and drag your attention to different spots. So I feel the more we come back, the more luck we'll have, and I think this place is extremely active.
Okay, what did you actually have happen tonight? What were some of your experiences?
Well, we've had a lot of drawing people to different areas, just through different sounds and different things such as that. A few things on the spirit box, we were getting some voices, a male voice and a female voice, back in the old women's cell area where Wendy and Karen happened to get affected pretty severely at the moment by one of the entities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Same kind of thing. I feel I'd like to come back, check it out again, give it another shot. Definitely have a feeling that something's here and something's going on, but like I said, I don't think it's ready to completely come out yet, and I don't think it's very trusting yet. I mean, it is a jail and a prison, and you know, I think it would have been something like that where those guys don't trust a lot of people, I would think, if that's the kind of inmates that were here.
Okay, so you would recommend people coming here?
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth a visit before, you know,
Yeah,
if you're ever in.
A lot of sounds tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of sounds, a lot of leading you around, kind of, it's taking you one place, you go there, and then the sound's somewhere else. It's almost like it's kind of watching you a little more, trying to figure you out while you're trying to figure out what's going on too. So it's definitely got a good vibe to it.
And anybody have a physical interaction tonight?
So I did, walking out of a hallway. There's a bunch of long hallways in the jail. It's kind of like a maze in there. I'm not easily startled, but I felt something like it ran up on me, and almost like it stepped on the back of your heel, like you do the flat tire thing where you step on somebody's back of their feet. Felt like somebody stepped right on the back of my foot, so I jumped, turned around, got me a little panicked out. I do also have to add to that when we were walking around, taking our first initial tour of the place, the disembodied voices we were hearing, just almost everywhere we went, each level, so all the way from the first level where the jail is, up to the second floor, and all the way to the third floor, we've heard female voices, male voices, sounds like that, and I also heard somebody, it sounds like heavy walking on these tile floors that are in here. Extremely heavy walking, big loud footsteps, so a lot of activity potential. It just doesn't seem to want to come right up to us, but that's kind of what intrigues me to come back.
All right, well, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So I want to thank Southwest Expeditions, Dave, and also Vicky from Old West Paranormal for this great time tonight at the jail courthouse, the Dona Anna, and it's going to be available for 3 more years. There's tours here. There are paranormal investigation opportunities here. At the end of our video, we're going to give you some links to actually contact these people and get something set up. Also, this October 3rd and 4th, they will be having a Paracon here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is a great place to come and visit. A lot of excellent restaurants, very, very nice people. I think we'll enjoy the jail and the town as well. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care.